So as you can probably tell from the introduction, we're here at Atlanta State Park in outside of Atlanta, Texas. And by the way, Atlanta, Texas does get its name from Atlanta, Georgia, as my wife told me that a bunch of railroad workers came through here, put in a railroad, and they named the spot Atlanta. That's how it got to be called Atlanta. Funny story is I kept wanting to come out here. My wife couldn't figure out why I wanted to keep going to Atlanta. I kept telling her it was a state park in Texas, and she didn't believe me until I showed it to her on the state park map. So here we are. So the nice thing is obviously it's not West Texas and the red panhandle dirt and the cacti and the mesquite and everything. As you can probably tell, we got a lot of pine, new pine, and actually this area here that we're in was bottomland that got flooded in 2016. They had a hurricane, I guess Katrina, one of the big hurricanes came up through here, flooded this place out, 10 foot of water, killed the forest. So they're trying to reforest it. So that's why you got some of the dead trees, and you're starting to get the new pine growth in here from that. So it's really interesting. But you got all these really big pine trees. See behind me, we're getting to go back and do another big pine thicket here, big pine trees and all that, and then end with the little tiny pine trees. But this is a really beautiful park, and the nice thing about it is there's lots of trees, right? And look at Becca. She decided she needed to get a log. The branch was bigger than her. But, there's lots of shade. The water's here. I think this is a really, really good park. We really like this one. And we got a great camping site I'll show you later. So the trail we were on ended at the road, and actually there's another trail further down here, and I missed the trailhead. So we're actually walking down the road to go find a trailhead and keep walking. So far we've come about 1.5 miles, right? We probably do another 1.5 miles, try to get 6 miles in probably on this walk, right? But the nice thing that I absolutely love about Texas is just look how diverse this is, right? I mean, last couple weeks we went camping, last week we went west, and 3 hours west, and we were in the East Texas, not East Texas, but the West Texas Hill Country Panhandle. Had the prairie grassland, starting to get into West Texas scrub, desert grassland a little bit, and now, we drove 2.5 hours east, and look where we're at, right? So we're in this beautiful, nice piney woods area of East Texas, right? And so we're kind of at the corner of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas, and Texarkana, I guess is what they call it, which is really, really beautiful. So we got these great big trees, pine cones everywhere, pine needles. It smells fantastic, right? And Becca's really enjoying it because she gets all kinds of stuff to do and smell, and sticks and trees and everything. It's really beautiful. Glad we came. So it's the last day at Atlanta State Park. We just came overnight real quick, and we're heading back just to kind of get out and do some hiking. But we kind of did a series on our surprises with the Revel, right? But we never really did a kind of a discussion around why we Revel, right? So here we are at the state park, right? And the state park, you have to check out of the campsite by by noon, right? So you see Amy's sitting here getting ready to get the stove up and getting ready to cook, right? But anyway, that's important to know that you have to check out by noon, because here it's almost noon, but you know it's lunchtime and we're getting ready to have to drive out of the park, you know, and head home. But we just have to clear the campsite. We can stay in the park as long as we want for the day, right? Because we've already paid the fee to get in. So what we did is we just changed the campsite, right? So now we changed the campsite and we just moved down to the daily use, right? So here you can see the picnic tables here, right? Outside door, and the lake here, and there's little Becca. She's sitting there enjoying the sunshine, right? We're actually Big Becca, right? So we're out here, right? So now, who could do this in an RV, right? We just pulled to another spot, and it's really a daily use. And look what we got. You know, my wife is making we got the induction count cooked up, and we threw in some sausages and toast some bread. We're gonna have some sausage hoagie sandwiches here, and then you know, Amy can sit here and cook and look out the door, right, out at the park. Can't beat that at all. It's really nice, right? So we enjoy that. Okay, so while I'm sitting here waiting for Amy to finish cooking lunch while by the lake, I just thought I would take a quick second to talk about a couple things I wanted to make a video over, and you know, we're right here. Might as well go ahead and start some of it, right? So one of the things that always comes up from a lot of people is, you know, how do we find out things going on with the in the Revel, right? How do you work the heater? How do you get the bed to work? How do you get the, you know, this tank or that tank or this switch or that switch to go? You know, there's a lot of good learning resources that come with the Revel. Obviously, you know, when you get the Revel from the dealer, you know, you should have a packet of books, right? It's got a owner's manual, which is Winnebago produced. It's kind of a summary of all the different bits and bops that come with the Revel, you know, the heater, the air conditioner, the awning, that kind of stuff. Just a quick summary on how to do things. There's also a big, thick manual in there for Mercedes. You know, once you can get through all their warning labels, like, you know, don't drive your van left-footed with your eyes closed with two hands tied behind your back because you're going to crash, right? Once you get through all the warning labels that they throw in there, it's really actually pretty good, right? And then, you know, if for some reason you know, need access to certain manuals and you're on the road and you didn't bring the manuals with you, there's really good ways to get some of these manuals, right? So the one good way that I really like is, you know, the Mercedes manual. I kind of use this all the time because I kind of geek out on how to operate the cars, and I've always, you know, I read the Toyota manuals, I read the manuals from Ford, I read the manuals from Nissan. Any new car we've had, I've always read through the manuals. Like, I kind of like that. You get a lot of good information on how to maintain the car. Like for me, this is my first diesel. I had no idea what DEF was and DPF, and the manual really helped explain it, right? You know, and a couple nuances with driving a diesel versus driving a gas engine. It really helped. Plus how to use the paddle shifters and stuff like that. That's really good information in there. But anyway, if you're driving, right, and you don't have access to your vehicle, right, there's a couple things we can do. So one of the things that you have here is, if you notice on your entertainment system, you know, you have info right here. You can hit info, and then you see you got the engine consumption owner's manual. Come across the operator's manual here, and you click on here, and then of course it'll make a connection. You know, you get a month free of this, or free time on the notice. You go here and click continue, accept all the warnings about not reading this while you're driving, blah blah blah. Then you can go ahead and search. You can get a quick start. You know, all the tips. You can get all kinds of stuff in here, right? How to put gas in there, how to prepare for holidays, how to drive in the ice and snow, all kinds of stuff you can get in here. It's really good information for you. And you're sitting here, you know, and you're waiting for your wife to cook dinner at the park, right? And cook lunch. You know, why not? You can read the book, right? That's a really good thing. So another thing I want to show you is there's an app out there that's I guess, I don't know, with Peter Holcomb. It's called How to Revel, and that's got some links to the owner's manual and got some real good information on there too. And I just kind of want to show that to you guys real quick, and then you know, we could talk about that. I know, yeah, okay. So I'm new to RVing. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to all this stuff. Videos seem kind of basic for some people, right? But you know, maybe there's some people watching this they're new too, and they got to learn. So I want to pass on some of my tips, and then as I get, we get more advanced, we'll start making more advanced videos. So just bear with me. I think I said this before. you know, we're just having fun. What the heck? This is something to kill time. We're getting ready to be empty nesters, and we're just trying to figure it all out and make sure this is what we want to do. And we're really enjoying it. So just bear with us. We'll get you there in a second. So give me a second to flip over, and I want to show you some things about the How to Revel app. One thing I wanted to show you real quick is this How to Revel app. This isn't really like an app you go download from the App Store, right? You got to go to just search for How to Revel, the How to Revel app. Also, if you go to Winnebago, you go to winnebago.com, and then browse down to the information about the Revel. There's a little link underneath the Revel, with the description of the Revel and the astronomically high MSRP price. Click on that little button that says Learn More, more information about your Revel, or learn more information. It takes you to this. You can go ahead and make this like a shortcut on your phone, and it automatically pulls this up at the web. So the nice thing about this, they do it like that so that Peter can update these videos and all that. So there's a bunch of videos in here about basic operation, how to work things, your electrical system. If you need to know about your batteries, what the solar charger does, how to work it. If you need to disconnect the solar panel, the inverter, it's all in here. All right, so they cover everything. But what I really like about here is you got a link to the online manual. So if you can't find the manuals because they move them around a lot, you got a link here to the owner's manual. We also got a link here to the plumbing diagrams, right? So you can go here and see the different manuals. This is the real manual that has all the bits and bobs all consolidated in one place in here, right? You can also go back to go back here. You can also get your plumbing diagram. So if for some reason you think you got a leak somewhere and you want to trace down the leak, you can find out the plumbing diagrams, like the 2029. I've got a 2020, right? So I can click on here, 2021. I can click on this. If I had proper Wi-Fi and open it up on my phone, it would give me the plumbing diagrams, all kinds of stuff. So the nice thing about it is we're kind of in a connected world, right? And you can reach everything. You got the Mercedes on a car. You got this. You can even come down here if you wanted to and download this if you wanted to download it, since this is a PDF. So I've got an Apple. If I wanted to, I could save it as my iCloud files and then just keep it on my phone, and then I'll be able to browse to it and open it up and read it. I'll have all that. The only thing that's really missing from this is there's a third manual in that box of Mercedes-Benz stuff that comes, and it talks about the supplemental stuff, and you don't really have that in here, right? So anyway, I hope you guys found these videos enjoyable, right? There's places to find your answers if you need them, right? And just make sure you keep a copy of everything with you on your phone, and it's easy to get to on the Revel. All right, have a good day, guys. Thanks for coming to the channel. Revel on.